Season 7 of The Crown and the monarchy soap opera rolls on. Twitter and the media is full of people getting angry, picking sides and going after each other. And the loudest clamour comes from those who claim to be monarchists, who claim to support the royal family, but who all clearly hate several members of it. And of those, Meghan is quite clearly number one. The trouble with the British establishment and the British royalists is that they want their princesses to be like Disney princesses from a 1940s movie. They want them to be dull, insipid, skip about, mopping up, and most of all, they want them to be white. The trouble with the royal family is that it's a completely poisoned chalice. It's a gilded cage. Nobody who's born into it has any say in the matter, but from the moment of their birth, their destiny is set. They have to be part of this firm. They have to play their part. They're expected to do their duty. No other family in Britain has that. There's no other. Nobody is born into politics or expected to do something with the lens of the world pointed permanently at them. And if these people play along, if they're dull, if they don't do much or say much, if they don't step out of line, everybody praises them as extraordinary people who've done an amazing thing. But if you dare to express an opinion, if you dare to be intelligent, if you dare to question anything or push anything or change anything, they will come after you like a pack of hounds. The problem with the monarchy is that they're basically engaged in an extended existential crisis, which goes back well over 100 years, and actually before. 300 years ago, it was very clear what the monarchy was for. They were executive rulers. They were the actual heads of state who actually controlled things. They had advisors and they had governments and parliaments, but really they were in charge. It hasn't been like that for well over 200 years. And in those 200 years, the powers of the monarchy have been rolled back to the point where, from the 20th century onwards, they have effectively become little more than a sort of national family, something to aspire to, and critically, something to look up to. They are supposed to set the standard. Now, for most of her life, the Queen has walked that tightrope and done a fairly good job of it. During the war as a princess, she did play an extremely important part, as did the rest of her family, in portraying themselves as a sort of unifying family who were suffering through like everybody else.
They found Princess Elizabeth in overalls working on the engine of a Red Cross lorry.
And I think the respect for the Queen, which has come subsequently, is largely well placed. She's rarely put a foot wrong. The trouble is that the broader monarchy itself has not reformed in the slightest. This is a hugely expensive, extended family which traps the individuals in it into the game. Anybody who tries to step outside or lead a normal life is damned immediately. And that is now what has happened to Meghan and Harry. The unfortunate truth is that the British royal family is about 200 years past its sell-by date. That doesn't mean that we all have to come over all revolutionary and start storming the ramparts and ripping everything up. But we do have to be able to reassess it in a grown-up and civilised and intelligent manner. We do have to question what it's for. The unfortunate thing is that royal commentary, that is the people who stand outside Buckingham Palace talking to the BBC and ITV cameras, is so extraordinarily sycophantic that it bleeds into the broader consensus of the British population. It's almost unacceptable in polite society or on a platform on a major TV network to question why the royal family is there in the first place. It seems extraordinary that on the 25th anniversary of the death of Princess Diana, Harry's mother, who likewise was hounded and hounded and hounded by the press, we are repeating the same mistakes all over again, and that the media and that the commentariat has not grown up sufficiently in that it can just leave a young woman to live her life. They say that the definition of madness is to keep repeating yourself. On the current evidence, Britain's gone completely fucking insane.